Every time I give birth to a son, my husband rewards me with $1 billion. But I ended up having 2 children, and both were daughters. So I went to a fortune teller for advice. The old man told me that my husband and I were destined not to have a son. I was desperate, so I rushed to find a solution. The old man saw that I had good fortune, and he came up with an idea. He suggested that I bear another man's child. I was stunned at first, but I never expected that when I returned home after my confinement, I found that the maid was pregnant. My intuition made me feel uneasy. After some pressing, I found out that the child was indeed my husband's. I was immediately filled with rage. At that moment, my mother-in-law came out. Instead of helping me, she scolded me for not giving her a grandson after 7 years of marriage. It was then that I realized my mother-in-law had known about this all along. I was both furious and anxious. If the maid really had a son, there would be no place for me in this family. Once my mother-in-law left, I threatened the maid to go to the hospital immediately. The next morning, I had the butler take the maid to the hospital. The maid knew very well that if she didn't do as told, she would have no way out. But when she walked into the hospital and saw the couple about to become parents, both of them were wearing happy smiles. She touched her belly, and a strong sense of reluctance surged within her. After hesitating for a while, she somehow found the courage to run out of the back door of the hospital. When I heard about the maid running away, and thought back to what the fortune teller had said, my unease grew stronger. To protect my position in the family, I looked at the butler who had secretly admired me for years, and then I made a crazy decision. Soon, I was pregnant again. To ensure my son could inherit the family fortune, I told the butler that the maid must be dealt with. Months later, the butler found the maid in a remote clinic, about to give birth. When she saw the butler coming, her first reaction was to run away. But how far could she run with her large belly? Soon, a sharp pain spread through her body. She realized she was about to give birth. The butler followed the sound and found her. Seeing that she had no escape, she begged him desperately. The butler felt some compassion and took her back to the clinic. With the help of the doctor, the maid safely gave birth to a boy. The butler promised to let them go, but the condition was that they could never return to the family, no matter what. The maid agreed. 12 years passed in the blink of an eye. The baby in the swaddling blanket had grown up. The mother and son lived in a remote village. Although life was very difficult, her son was well behaved, and she still had hope for life. On the other hand, I also had a son, as I wished. Due to my overindulgence, he grew up to be mischievous. My mother-in-law tried to educate him kindly, but he didn't listen to a word. My mother-in-law was so angry, she started to question whether he was really her grandson.